The Extraordinary Phenomenon Investigations Council presents Epic Voyages. Come join us as we enter and experience the great mysteries of the world with tonight's host,
Laurel Tague. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the December 17th show of Epic Voyages here live on www.inceptionradionetwork.com. And if you haven't gone to the new and revised updated website, please go on your browser to inceptionradionetwork.com and take a look. They've worked very hard and it's very flashy. And there's a chat room there that we would love for you to join tonight so you can send us live instant messages and talk to our guest tonight. And I'm very excited about this particular interview. We've got tonight Constantina Vaseliades. Constantina happens to be, and this may be one of the first times on the Epic Voyages show that we've had a retired professional ballet dancer. And she became very active in healing arts since 1980. She's also the owner of Life Force, Harmonious Healing for People and Pets. I'll give you her website right now, but I'm going to repeat it several times during the show. It's www.lifeforce-healing.com. So click on that and check out her services and some of the other information there, and we'll be talking about some of that tonight. Constantina has taught in the area of holistic health education, and she also does animal communication. I'm kind of very excited about that because I am very, very much in love with animals. But tonight's topic, have you ever heard two musical notes that really blend nicely when they're played together, like maybe a C and a G or an E and a G and a chord? And then you hear two that sound like a car wreck because they interfere with each other's frequencies. Well, how can a personal energy field be impacted from any outside source, including intentional healing, by using directed energy? Did you know that you can test an object or food for yourself to see whether its energy field will tune you up or deplete you? Absolutely everything emits energy, including each one of us. Therefore, your own personal energy field impacts and is affected by the energy fields of others, whether good or bad. So tonight we're going to talk about how electromagnetic frequencies and polarities impact not only individuals, but every aspect of nature. And that can promote vitality or it can cause deterioration. Later on, if we have calls, Constantina is going to actually talk to people about specific questions. So I'm encouraging you to call in. The line and those calls we'll be taking will be probably at about 50 minutes, 55 minutes from now. And the number is 888-919-2355. And with that, I would like to welcome Constantina to the Epic Voyages show. Constantina, how are you doing tonight?
I'm great, thanks, and it's an honor to be here with you, Laurel, and, be talking about this area of frequency. It's really dear to my heart.
Constantina, I met up here in Western New York, but she surprised me today when we were talking to each other. I didn't realize she was down in Florida. What are you doing down in Florida?
I came down here a couple years ago to work with some clients and primarily a family member to help them to get well. And I've ended up staying here for a length of time. And this is actually my home. where I grew up.
Ah.
And I ended up living in Buffalo, New York, because I danced in that area and ended up married, and that's how I stayed in Buffalo, New York. But this is where I grew up.
Oh, that's very interesting. By the way, how did you find your way from being a professional ballet dancer into working with healing energy?
Well, like a lot of people, I think they get into the energy work area or fields of natural health because of our own illnesses. And I was very ill as a dancer. Like a lot of people, I depleted my energy and was told to retire and go on disability. And I didn't want to do that, and I didn't want to just take drugs. I knew that there was a natural, innate ability in our bodies to heal. And so I sought out answers and was drawn to a person who helped me to heal using energy work and also changing my diet, using other areas of vibration to create optimal health in the body. And that's how I ended up learning for myself and then working with, I originally wanted to work with pets. And I started to work with pets, but I found out that when the people brought their pets, that the pets held energy for the people. And so when we worked to heal the person, to bring their vibrational frequency to a place of healing, the animal also healed. So that's how it kind of grew into what it is today.
Wow, that's interesting. And you have pets, right?
I actually have 9 cats at this time. Yes.
And does one of those
Now,
cats go ahead?
it wasn't by design. I didn't choose it because people say, "Oh, 9 lives, 9 cats." No, I didn't choose that. They came to me as needed, as either I needed them or that they needed to teach me something or someone else something in my life or family, and they just kind of grew.
Yeah, if it's like with me and all of my pets, they've always been the ones that taught me a lot of things I needed, especially patience. But they're wonderful to have around. I don't think a house is really a house without a pet in it. But even when sometimes they run the house. But well,
Correct.
I'd like to get into this idea. So much has been said in the last several months. We're coming up on 12/21, and some sources say that it's not really the end of the world, that it's going to be a shift in frequency. And when we say frequency, we're talking about electrical and electromagnetic activity. And you and I have had discussions before about a person's individual energy field. Now, is that the same thing that people talk about when they say they can see auras? Is that what they're seeing, or is that related to an aura?
In a sense, yes. Because we all resonate at a frequency or a vibration, and every part of us, right down to, the subatomic level that we cannot see, each part has its own frequency, but is then a part of the whole being. And then us, of course, being part of a larger frequency of universal energy in itself. So we're all a part of the whole, but each indigenous has our own frequency at 100%. So when people are able to see an aura, or if we use what's called thermographic imaging or Kirlian photography, which can take a picture of the energy, and it's done with infrared light in the sense that shows the different colors, you then can see the different energy fields around the body, especially they usually do it around the head. You can also see the chakras, the basic 7 chakras, and note, whether one is lighter or darker or, seems to be not lit up at all, so to speak. And with that being said, now that it is proven scientifically and we can see this, it's a great opportunity for those people who want scientific basis, to look at it and be able to see where their energy field or frequency is lower. Even used now for mammographies, to test for imbalances in breast tissue or tumors, etc. So it's a great adjunct in the scientific way, and for people that can see it in general, or feel it. Some people can just feel energy. In yourself, you can tell when energy is lower. If you have, a stomach ache or, you feel anxious, you could think about where that area is in the body that you're feeling that energy. And usually the vibrational frequency of that particular area, like the tummy, would be digestion, and in general might be, I can't digest that. Things are bothering me. I can't digest what's happening in this area. And that would create turmoil in that area so that the vibration would go down a little bit. So energy work, or in all forms, not just the energy work that I do specifically, but energy work in all of its forms, meaning nature, going to a forest, the beach, the way that you feel when you go there compared to, when you're in a place, a dark, just a dark room. We feel this energy around us. We feel it when we're around someone we love, when we're around our pets or animals, and every person feels it in a different way. But I've never met anyone that doesn't feel it when they're in some sort of nature. This is where the frequency is able to rise in us. And when it rises, it enables that area to begin to heal. Think of if you were having a heart attack and the doctor was to give you an electrical jolt of electricity. It has to be pretty powerful in order to bring the heart back. The frequency has to be high enough and held long enough in order to bring that frequency up. Kind of like when a lady sings and breaks the light bulb. She has to hold that note for an amount of time, bring the frequency to a certain place, and, we see then the change in the light bulb as it no longer can stay at the frequency it was at. So how that compares to, let's say, 2012 and now, my understanding is that it is moving, the frequency of universal life force energy is moving in a much quicker way to bring us toward a place of not only universal balance in our earth and nature and the earth forms, but our personal self, our connection to spirit, as well as our groundedness to the earth. In other words, all forms of us in all place-time continuums, and knowing that we are all of that and a part of all of that. And that's immense. And I think that's what people are feeling now. And so each person is trying, in a way, to be the change themselves. And then in that place, we seek out forms of energy work, like Reiki, quantum touch, Tongren, Qigong, forms of bringing in unconditional love, which is what the energy work is. It's a form of connecting to God.